Hey everybody, welcome to Alaskan Reactions. Back here with Normie today. We are doing, you looked up and saw, it's Triumph. Do you know Triumph? No. Okay,
Nope.
so they're a Canadian band. You probably would know, which is why we're not going to do that song. There's a song called Lay It on the Line that you would probably know. Like if I played it, you'd be like, all right, I've heard that because I used to play it on like the Fox, 100.5 The Fox all the
Okay.
time and stuff, like a classic rock
Yeah.
song. And it was one of those I'd always be like, who is this band? You know, you never quite knew who it was.
Before you could just sit there and put your phone and Google it.
Exactly. And then when I finally could put my phone in and Google stuff, and I found
had to
out,
try
I
it.
was like, this is a band I missed out on. Because this is the US Festival in '83.
It literally is 83 though. Like
It
this
is
isn't like a
83.
retro. This is
This
real.
is in San Bernardino, California in 1983,
83.
where they had New Wave Day, Pop Day, and Metal Day. And Metal Day was Triumph, Judas Priest, Quiet Riot, I think Motley Crue, Scorpions, and Van Halen. I could be like,
Well, the fact that these guys are even on that
right,
list
they're
at
on.
all.
And it's funny because they're all in white, and you know,
Yeah, no,
metal
they
bands
look like
are usually
they're-
hard rock bands are usually in black, but
It's got a trucker cap, maybe.
yeah,
Actually, possibly.
100%.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's just
And I like there's just three. There's just three people.
There's three of them,
big
dude.
Big old stage.
Rick Emmett, guitarist and lead singer, has got a voice that it's just after this, when we're done today, before you're leaving today, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna check out some more Triumph.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty badass. So let's just jump right in.
Here we go.
I know what you like, and I'm sure you're gonna like this. And it's live.
The days grow shorter and the nights are getting long. Feels like we're running out of time. Take a look inside your heart. Nothing is easy. Oh, nothing good is free. But I can tell you where to start. There's an answer in your heart. Take a look inside your heart. Every moment of your lifetime, every minute, every day, fight the good fight every moment. Make it worth the price we pay. Oh
Oh, the power stance.
Thank you, everybody. We had a ball. We'll see you next time. Bring it in, Triumph, 1, 2.
All right. I forgot how much they milked out the end there.
Well, yeah. Again, the end of the show. you know?
Right, exactly. When you're
Right.
finishing strong like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they drug it out there, but still,
right.
end of the show. You turn the corner and you see how many people there. How many?
Oh, there was like 100,000 people. at
Right?
this
It
show.
looks like one of those.
Yeah, the Metal Day like
Yeah.
outsold everything.
I was like, that's
Yeah.
over 60,000 people there.
Yep. I love when stuff jumps in that's not supposed to.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's your first experience with Triumph.
I would throw a little Queensryche reference in there somewhere
Okay.
for some reason for
They,
me.
they came first, so Queensryche was copying them.
So there you go then.
Yeah.
Maybe they knew what to do.
Right.
Anyway, it's right in that vein,
Yeah.
you know?
Just a killer three-piece. There, I mean, everybody when you think three-piece band from Canada, you think Rush, but Triumph is like the other one.
Yeah.
And they had a couple of huge albums, and then they just kind of slid under the radar. They broke up in the early '90s and never really. They didn't do like that nostalgia tour or anything. I think they did Sweden Rock Fest in like 2008, And then they did like a shortened fan set in like
Probably all
2018 or
have family and
19.
kids by then. They're
They-
like, "Dude,
yeah,
we
Rick
can't
Emmett,
do
the lead
this
singer.
anymore. Come on.
The lead singer toured a bit on his own. I said a fair amount over the years on his own.
Well,
but-
because he can sing, so he can
Oh,
go.
yeah.
Right.
And he'll do some old Triumph stuff plus his new stuff. And I
Sure.
just missed the boat on these guys. I'm so bummed that I never got to see him back in the day.
Yeah.
Or
right.
even see Rick Emmett. Now he doesn't even tour anymore. Like sometimes just seeing what you can of a band. Sometimes the singer doing, like an Ozzy went solo and was doing
Yeah.
a ton of Sabbath stuff. At least, you were getting the
There's
voice.
quite the ensemble there, though. Those three,
Yeah,
you can tell.
yeah. The
And
bass
they're-
player
and
had
they're
that
at
big
time
power
where they're
stance
young
going
with
at
the
one
power
point.
stance. Oh my god.
Yeah,
And he led with that. I
yeah,
was like, all right,
yep. And
they're ready.
Rick Emmett's guitar playing and voice, neither can be understated. How good he is.
Nope.
Like, he just got that high range, and then he rips on guitar.
Right.
So it's
Yeah.
yeah.
They got the package. Sorry they
They do.
didn't completely, but if they were on this, honestly, if they were on the bill with all those other bands, like, it shows.
Yep,
It
exactly.
shows. There's
Yeah,
not by accident.
they've got some other, like I said, they've got some other tunes you'll like.
Not by accident.
Maybe we'll get into some of them as well sometime. I knew you'd like that one. That was an easy one. That was a slam dunk. I was like, there's no chance he's not gonna like this.
Power power core is like 80.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep,
80s metal,
Yeah.
I'm in.
he was in. He's Norm. I'm Jeremy. This has been Alaskan Reactions. Remember, kindness is free. When you're out and about today, make sure you live it up some. Later.
Peace.